So in the last lecture, we had a look at OR. Let's now have a look at AND. For that, again, let's add a find query here. And let's pass a document where we describe our filter. And now let's use $AND. Just as OR, this takes an array of documents. And now let's say we want to find all documents where we have a rating. And we found that on rating.average, remember? A rating that is greater than 9. So $greater 9. So a high quality item, high quality series or movie. And that's the second element in this array. And just as with OR, you can have as many as you want. You're not limited to 2. And let's say we're looking for documents that have a genre of drama. Again, I'm querying that index with this syntax to find all items that must have drama but may have additional genres. So we find high quality dramas here with AND. And if I hit enter, we got some results and we see the rating is quite good here and we got drama in the genre. And we got another result with very high rating and drama in the genre. So this is working. Now actually, there is a shorter way of writing this. We can totally get rid of this. So this is the old syntax, and I'll just count that. We find 3 results to leave it here on the page whilst I write the alternative. The alternative is that we don't use AND, but we just pass a document, one document here, and in there we just start writing our conditions. So rating average should be, and then that's exactly the same condition I have above. So greater than 9, and then just a comma inside of our filter document to add another field to that filter document. Genres drama. If I count that, you will see I get back 3 items as well. So these 2 ways of getting the data are exactly equal because by default, MongoDB ANDs all key fields you add to that filter document. AND is the default concatenation mechanism of MongoDB. That of course leaves one question. Why is there a $AND operator if this does exactly the same? There is a $AND operator because you might have multiple conditions on the same field. Let's say on genres. If I want to find the count of items, and I'm just using count to not put all the data on the screen immediately, on genres, where the genre is drama, but where the genre also is horror. This does work here, but this will actually not work in all drivers. Because in JavaScript, having repeat names in the same object is not permitted. It is for cases like this that you then can use AND. So even though it works here, does not have to work in all drivers. So then you can simply wrap these queries into separate documents which you pass to that AND array. And now you will have an approach that will work fine. Now you will also notice that the number of results returned is different. And the reason for that is simple. Let me repeat that approach where I mentioned it will not work everywhere, and let's look into the data. Now in these 23 results, we got drama and horror, drama, crime and horror, drama, horror again, drama, fantasy and horror. But then if you scroll up, also an entry with just horror. Now why is that? Because, and that is what I meant, even though we don't get an error here, it essentially, the second genres of horror will essentially just replace that key. Because in JSON documents, you can't have the same key more than once. And if you do specify it more than once, the second one will just override the first one. So actually the query like this, which gives us back 23 results, is equivalent to this query where we get back 23 results. So if you want to look for both genres, we have to use the AND operator. And this is why there is an AND operator, even though queries are ANDed by default. If you look for values on the same field, you need $AND.